What is that? That's a poisonous... Oh no, it's just a regular... No, wait! This poisonous potato has a face! What just happened? Whoa, steady on your feet there, Xisuma. You're probably thinking, what's the deal with this guy? I invite you to take a moment to consider my situation. We've been planning on infiltrating Minecraft for weeks, but all we could manage is sneaking in to the April Fool's snapshot. And now that I have finally infiltrated Minecraft, you pranced over, picked me up and plopped me on your head. I must say you have an incredible balance keeping up with me here. Especially considering you're jumping so much. I am jumping a lot, aren't I? Check your calendar, my friends, for it is that time of year when Minecraft drops their most legendary of updates, and this year looks to be no different. We have a whole new dimension here in the Poisonous Potato update. So this definitely not a snapshot appears to be only available for Minecraft Java Edition. And if you're on the Bedrock edition of the game, there is a Poisonous Potato add-on. However, it looks very light in content, which is different from that appears on the Java snapshot. So welcome to this overview of 24W14potato. As I jump here, you'll see that the dialogue continues on. In fact, I've been going through this dialogue for a while. There's even a point where you need to pick up a bed. After doing that, it'll give you a piece of paper and an anvil and ask you to write your thoughts on this snapshot. Eventually, though, after many lines of dialogue, it starts prodding you in the right direction. So we have to craft potato eyes from a poisonous potato. And these potato eyes work like ender eyes, so they will lead us to a structure that can help us get to the potato dimension. And this structure just seemed to be very conveniently right next to the village that I was at, just behind those trees. So look at this, lots of fancy new blocks. Expired baked potato, we got potone, tatterstone, and look, there's a chest with a poisonous potato inside it. The poisonous potato is used to activate this pedestal right here. Let's go and right click on it, and what on earth is this? Ah, it's a portal. Well, we'll have to wait and see. We've got to go through, find a dragon, and destroy some potato-themed crystals. It's dripping with creativity. You're about to find out what awaits us in this dimension, but there was something I forgot to do. The subscription plug. If you would be so kind as to subscribe to my channel, not only will you be brought up to speed with the regular Minecraft updates, I of course cover the April Fool's ones too. Happy April Fools. Is that the expression? Yeah, just in case you didn't know. Today is that day. Okay, so we just go on into it. That's what it said. Oh yeah. Aha, the potato dimension. We've made it. This is awesome. This place is just superb looking. There's actually multiple biomes in this dimension, and let's take a moment to appreciate the view. Ooh, some amazing terrain here. And potato bees. Ah, they're so cool. I mean, I could call them peas, right? And that's a pea hive. This feels a little immature. Oh, hi, buddy. Hey. Pig potato. I am trying to figure out what the puns are on the fly here. Please forgive me. It wants me to find a potato village. I'm going to roam around and fly and have a little look and see what we come across. So I've found the potato village. It's described as our base of operations from here on out. Steal their loot? I mean, that kind of is what you do in Minecraft. Wait, you have a job. This guy clearly has a job. No? You look different from the others, though. This is one janky looking building. I'm just taking a moment to appreciate how awful everything looks, you know? It's so bad, it's good. Yeah, I don't think the villagers actually have trades. So it wanted me to throw another potato eye. I also noticed there was a pedestal in the village. Is it going to go, like, to where the pedestal is? Can't even see this thing when I throw it sometimes. Pro tip, press F5 so you can see around you, and then you can see what direction the potato eye goes in. The sun is a poisonous potato too. Well, you know, it's got like the poisonous particles on it. Oh, that's so good. I have found what we have been looking for here is Mega Spud, Potato Lord of the Fried Legion. There is an epic structure just underground around here. Oh, I think we're finding it. Yeah, this has got to be the roof. Oh, there you go. Okay. Okay, look at this. Reminds me a little bit of a Bastion remnant. Of course, it's underground here in the potato dimension. And what on earth is that down there? This just wouldn't feel right unless I were in survival, right? So I've given myself some netherite armor, a shield, which is very important because this guy will shoot a giant explosive at me. That's a good thing I've got that. I wonder how much health you've got. I can actually shoot you from up here, can't I? Ooh! Dang it, what? Okay, let's try that again. I think it had like a shield around it after I shot the first time. I'm guessing don't shoot again while the shield is up. Go on then, let's shoot it again anyway. It's been a minute. It just bounced the projectile off. Huh. Yeah, and then it just insta-kills me. Let's cut a long story short, shall we? This structure is known as the Colosseum, and Mega Spud, after being attacked, will spawn a creature. This creature was the chicken, and when we kill the chicken, the shield is then removed from Mega Spud. You then have to do enough damage to reach the second level where its shield comes back up. Now that I've done that, 2 armadillos have been spawned into this area. Again, we have to take those out. At level 3, we get 3 of these poisonous potato zombies, and if you haven't noticed it, the name changes at each level. On the 4th day of potatoes, there were 4 poisonous spiders. On the 5th day, we met the stray, which have amazing cool textures. Day 6, I can't think of a rhyme. It's creepers. Day 7, piglin brutes. Mega Spud has been getting progressively smaller and is now caught up in this part of the structure. For day 8, yes, 8 ghasts. That seems entirely appropriate. Day 9, the Plaguewhale. We'll talk about this more later on. Mega Spud is now ridiculously small and bouncy, able to jump around like crazy here. For wave 10, we get the Giant, which exists in the game. It's a scaled up zombie. This one, however, has been given a robotic purplish looking texture. And now we can deliver the death blow on this guy, which is getting really, really tricky. And this is what it drops. Potato-ish, green staff of the peasant. And if I put my potato face back on, we will be encouraged to put this inside of a composter, which you don't want to do because then you'd lose it. Obviously, I'm in creative, but then you'll complete the April Fool's snapshot and you'll get this completion time on your screen. While we're here, I also just want to mention how awesome this Toxafin slab creature is that spawns down the bottom here. You'll see that they're like a squashed guardian with the colors changed. They seem to just spawn randomly on these blocks around here. But they can like double up and then even triple up. So there's a double. And over here is a triple. I don't know if it goes any further than that. 3 is the most that I've seen. I think this also doubles or triples up their attacks. You can see there's a lot of beams coming my way. They don't do a lot of damage. They do give you the poison effect though. And apparently I'm also getting the wither effect as well. I didn't see one of these spawn down here, but there's also this Plaguewhale slab. Is, I guess, maybe a little bit like the Elder Guardian, except it's absolutely massive. And apparently those can double up, and I'm guessing triple up as well. That is just bonkers. While we're on the topic of mobs, there is the poisonous potato zombie. Potato. So good. And then there's the Batato, which, I mean, that is just hysterical. A poisonous potato with wings. Oh yeah, and there's the Mega Spud spawn egg too. So we brought this guy back into the world. Those were the ones that had their own custom spawn eggs added. As for other mobs I've seen in this dimension, they're just a reskin of the existing mob. This didn't appear to apply to phantoms though, which has got me curious. What about the panda? You're normal. The Ravager. Okay, I'm Gollum. I know the creeper's been retextured. Oh, that's ridiculous. Hey, look, a sheep has changed. Oh, gosh. You look unwell, my friend. I feel like he's about to puke in my direction. Ugh. A cow. What a face that guy's got now. The Enderman has been changed. Yeah, not looking too good. The skeleton. Oh, poisoned, my friend. Poisoned. So for the rest of this video, I'm going to try and give you an overview of more of the content that is inside this snapshot. But it is pretty obvious that it is a challenge to bring you to the potato dimension and take on Mega Spud. That seems to be the most of it. So There is an advancement tab, which is really cool because it points you in the direction of various different things you can do. We have, of course, put the poisonous potato plant on our head and followed the instructions all the way to the end where we got our staff reward. There's one for entering the potato dimension and then finding all 5 potato biomes. A lot of the other ones here, though, relate to food, as there are lots of different types of potatoes that have been added into this update. This one you get for typing potato in chat over and over again. And yes, you can also make a poisonous potato chestplate, as well as having a poisonous polytra, a pair of poisonous wings, and potatoes for your feet, of course. And there's a few more that I'll mention as we cover all of this new content. And in creative mode, there is also this tab conveniently over here to the side, and inside of it, we can find all of the new content added. Let's start with some of the new additional paintings, of which a couple of them are massive. Let's start with the new paintings that have been added. These ones are way bigger than default Minecraft, and it makes me wonder, why can't we get some new paintings every update? I think that would be a really cool idea. This one is obviously a nod to one of the original paintings. An Andy Warhol art piece, it would seem. Another really interesting looking one here. Don't know who that is. Poisonous Potato Man. And last of all, low-res Poisonous Potato. They've really leaned into the theme on this one, haven't they? Next, let's talk about a little redstone Easter egg inside of here. Well, not inside of this cloud. This is a flotato block. Okay, and you can find them generating around like little clouds. So if you mix a potato with a lava bucket, you'll get yourself a hot potato. And that can be used to make the floater block. This block can be placed along any axis. On one side, we've got an exhaust. On the other, we have something rather sticky because these can stick blocks together. And when you power it, oh, look at that. It's like a flying machine, except these blocks, they just smoothly drift across. Oh, I think something totally just bugged out. I went to power the other one. And it's moving the redstone block and me. And wait, no. No, that's not what happened. That totally messed with my head. It moved everything below it as well. For some reason in my head, what I saw was me and the redstone block moving away. But watching the video back, I realized that that is, of course, not what happened at all. And it did make me realize that the block limit for pushing things here is not like 12. It must be quite high. We can just send these things on their way. That is magical. And look, there's room for me to hang out on the inside. You can actually just kind of like walk around on these blocks while they move through the air, which is just magic. I think every redstoner is going to be asking for this in vanilla Minecraft from here on out. Oh my god, no way. It's moving all of that. That is redonkulous. While these things are moving, it can be tricky to like place other blocks on them, as you can see, or break them as well. The flotato block can also be placed mid-air. It just places it about 1 or 2 blocks away from you when you right click, which is seriously cool. Next up, the potato peeler, a stick and some shears can make this. By the way, it also does 5 attack damage, but an extra 10 to potato mobs. And then if you use it to kill an entity, it will drop, what's this? Potato peels. And I think they're a different color based on what entity you get. So the sheep dropped regular potato peels, whereas the creeper dropped green ones. And these peels can be used to craft these building blocks. There are a whole bunch of different ones here. There's also corrupted potato peels. These actually dropped from our encounter with Mega Spud earlier, so that's how you get your hands on them. There's also an advancement for crafting the peeler, then peeling a block, a potato sheep, and a poisonous potato. And if you get peeled by another player whilst wearing your potato chest plate, you'll get this. Oh, these ones make really creepy sounds. Oh, and there's particle effects too. Oh, these spawn mobs. I just had an Enderman spawn here, but then a zombie appeared right behind me. Aha, look at this. I've created a massive platform, and as I suspected, mobs are spawning all over it. Let's take a quick look at the blocks that generate in this world. We've got Pot 1 and Tater Stone. These are ones that generate, but can be crafted into slabs, stairs, and walls. These ones can be crafted with items. Funny enough, 4 baked potatoes And if you mix in 2 poisonous potatoes, you get these expired baked potato bricks. Here are a whole bunch of other naturally generating blocks that appear in the world, all sort of similar to their overworld equivalents. Gravitator here is indeed a gravity block, and this is vicious potato. This is a block that supposedly shoots at other entities and can be redstone powered. Well, there you go. We just saw it in action. So it'll pick a target and shoot at it eventually. But it seems like it takes its time. Let's go ahead and power this with redstone. Oh, did that cause it to actually shoot on command? Right, we've got a bunch here. I'm gonna... Yes, look at that. It's definitely on command. Right, so power it and it'll shoot at things. Interesting block. There are a whole bunch of ores to be found as well. Poisonous potato ores, even for the deep slate level. A resin ore, but then the rest of these are just copper, iron, gold, and so on. Now, I'm pretty sure that this resin ore drops the toxic resin, but I couldn't figure out what tool you need to mine this. Probably something special to do with potatoes. We also got a full set of wood blocks, right? The stem block here is actually animated if you pay close attention to it. The other blocks, not so much. Some funky high contrast textures right here. This is the potato fruit. Next to it, potato leaves. We got the potato flower. And this is kind of like a dripstone. I originally placed them like so. They're called potato buds, but they actually just continuously grow. Last of all, we've got these potato pedicules. These are found in mine shafts, which seem to generate quite frequently underneath the floating terrain. So instead of chains, they got the potato pedicules to hang up all of these platforms. The other place you can find it is hanging off of a potato fruit tree, which leaves me to suspect that maybe the potato fruit, when bone milled, could grow into a tree. You can't actually bone mill it. What about this? No. Okay, I've summoned in a bunch of leaf blocks. Ah, and this is what potato sprouts are. They're the saplings. So potato sprout plus bone meal. Aha, potato tree. This mess over here is thanks to the powerful potato. I don't know how it's obtained or what its crafting recipe is, but you place it down and it starts to grow these roots underneath. And obviously it breaks off a lot of blocks in the process. Over here we have the poisonous potato head block and then the head piece, which has got a little face on it. Kind of cool. So with 9 poisonous potatoes, you can make a poisonous potato block, but 9 of those will make a compressed, and 9 of those will make a double compressed, and so on, and so on. And in the crafting bench, you can also uncraft these into their lower form as well. So here's a maths challenge for you. How many poisonous potatoes do you need to make a stack of quadruple compressed poisonous potato blocks? Next up, the lashing potato. We need a poisonous potato block and a toxic beam to create this. Problem is, I don't know where the toxic beam comes from. Either way, this is one of the coolest things added in this snapshot, and I really hope it's like a framework for something they might actually add to the game. Obviously, it's a grappling hook. It seems really powerful and unbalanced though, and that's just playing around with it in creative mode. Its casting range is pretty strong, and you can use this to whiz around from place to place. Kind of fun. Obviously though, I am in creative mode, and that means I'm not taking any fall damage when I use this, so there's probably a lot of risk and reward involved. There's also a lot of momentum when you're first pulled over to the spot it attaches to, which it does with a poisonous potato. If I just let myself fall down here, you see it's got like this springy effect, and with time it starts to lose a little bit of that springiness. We are now getting to the point where I'm not entirely sure what everything left to show you does, and there's definitely things I am going to miss along the way, but here is the frying table, and inside of it you can put potato peels. 4 being the maximum, by the way. After that you'll have to just wait. The frying table is crafted like so. And after about 30 seconds, these things will pop off. They are hash browns. Now we also have the potato battery, the poisonous potato cutter, and the potato refinery. When you turn this block on, it will damage whatever mob is on top of it. You get these little particle effects down the bottom here, a crackling sound. And I reckon this thing is literally just taking half a heart each time. What about when I step on this thing, hey? Oh, it's really taking its time to cook me up. Almost there, almost done. Killed by a bad-tempered potato. Okay, the poisonous potato cutter is used to create these, and that leads us to the potato refinery. In the advancement tab, there is a clear line of things to do here, making potato oil, then lubricating an item with oil, throwing it to a wall and watching it slide down, and then I think the idea is to maybe lubricate ice and throw that against ice. The issue for me is I can't get past this step right here. Okay, we put in the poisonous potatoes, we powered it with some fuel, and then it creates a potion of potato oil. But then it says we need to lubricate an item with potato oil inside of the refinery, and I just couldn't figure out this step. You know, I tried putting these in all sorts of different places, chucking in other items as well, and nothing just seemed to work. Anyway, I think the idea is that you make the individual item themselves more slippery, and then when you throw them, they move around the world a little quicker. An interesting idea. And another block I couldn't suss out was the Fletching Table, which has this very cool animation right here. I think the text also changed from what it was last time. Wait a minute, does it change every time? Yeah, it's changing slightly, isn't it? Huh. With so many of these crazy new items added, it's really difficult through trial and error to figure out exactly what's going on here. We put in the poisonous potato on this side, and although this toxic resin looks like the item to be dropped in there, you can't actually place it. So that one's a mystery to me too. There was also a new enchantment known as Potatofication. There are 5 levels of it, but I couldn't quite figure out what this does. And when it rains in the game, it also rains green. So one last thing from me, I have the hot potato, which you can make by putting a baked potato into lava or doing those two together in a crafting bench. The thing is though, you have to be in survival to see what this does. Okay, I've got the hot potato. If it's in my inventory, it's damaging me. So I've had an absolute blast exploring this snapshot, but I've been at it all day and I need a break from the computer. So I'm going to wrap this one up here. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. If you know some things that I missed, please comment down below and let me know. I'd love to find out. Anyway, thanks for watching this April Fool's snapshot video, and I'll see you next year, hopefully with another one, because these are a lot of fun.